Well, hello, everybody. I'm Rick Dancer. Welcome to Get Real with Rick Dancer on this emergency version. It's not really an emergency, but it's all over the news. And I had to find out what you guys are thinking. It never a day goes by that something amazing and interesting doesn't happen here in the state of Oregon. There's so much more I could say, but I will only get myself in more trouble because we're going to talk a little bit about masks. You see today where the governor, I'm trying to share this on another page. So you see today where the governor has said that starting Wednesday, July the 1st, Oregonians will now have to start wearing masks in public places. And it's kind of unclear exactly what that means. Hang on just a second. I am making some copies here. I'm going to go and post this around, but I want to know, oh, you're already starting, aren't you? You're already coming on. Hello, Rebecca. Hello, Christine. Is it still a mask if it has a breathing hole? I don't know. Hello, Josh Clark. How are you? I want to know what you think. Should the governor make it a mandate that all Oregonians wear masks? Well, oh my God, look at you people go. When in public. The way I read it was shopping malls, it was gyms, which I will find very interesting. I don't know how that's going to work. Oh, thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. I am 61 today. I'm where you are with it. I wear one in public and not get yelled at, but have family that are respiratory therapists and nurses and virus and aerosol and fabric mesh do nothing. Yeah. Okay. That's the whole thing. We just, everybody, more importantly, do you pick up a piece of carrot cake today at Barry's? Yeah, that's the important issues, right? I did not, and I should have. I'm sorry, I'm having a little trouble getting this thing. I know what I need to do. Hold on. Hang on. I'll get you guys. Just hang on. Good night. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this on here. No, that came up the wrong one. Okay. Anyway, we'll just leave it as it is. So let me pay attention to what's going on here. Lots of happy birthdays. Thank you. I do appreciate that. No, I didn't get carrot cake. My wife's making me something, but man, it looked amazing. Sorry. I look back to the Spanish flu and realized we are only 5 months into COVID. That lasted for 3 years. Niels, the idea the masks do nothing is an unhelpful myth. Okay, that's your opinion. That's good. Dan, 4 months older than I. Happy birthday. Don't forget your mask, though. Yeah. Okay. Even the FDA says they don't stop coughs or sneezes. See, this is the thing. All of us have opinions on it because we've all heard different research. And it's really easy for people to discount that. But, Nick, happy birthday. Thank you. I think that everyone will follow suit with whatever mainstream media is saying. I don't think you're right. I don't think you don't hang on here enough lately, Nick, but not a hit towards you, but I hope you're getting better. And Josh, you too. Hope you're doing fine. My son shares his birthday with you. That's okay, Diane. I can share because I have a twin sister. So I've shared my birthday from gestation, from conception. I wonder how that worked. Ooh, like my mom and dad did it. And then which one of us was conceived first? Because we're fraternal twins, because I'm a male and she's a female. So I wonder which one got the sperm first. Obviously, I got the better one. Yes, because I want to do my part to mitigate the problem. Without the law, people wouldn't wear seatbelts. Okay, if someone is wearing a mask properly, they don't need to worry about whether I am wearing a mask or not because their mask should be working, right? Oh, this is just, look at this. You guys are just crazy. I will not wear one. We are, almost 6 months in? I know a few hundred friends across the nation. I know there's lots of different arguments in this, but it really brings up in both sides. I think twins. Hold on, twins. I have boy-girl twins who are 7.5. Yeah, I have a twin sister. She's not nearly as nice as me, and her beard. I did shave my beard back, if I couldn't get it trimmed and I need my professional barber to do it, I don't think the mask thing is going to help any. Want to see how well a cloth mask works? Put on a cloth mask and try to blow out a little candle with 2 or 3 feet away. Okay, so I'm sorry, Robin, I'm not following you. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. Sorry, grandson. He's 8. Happy birthday. Thanks, you guys. Whoa, ha, 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 ha. The autistic beauties. Yeah. Michael Pence, I got to get out of jail free card in Iraq with having the force to wear a mask. There is no argument for masks, but a false emotional one. Okay. Lots of people. My doctor says I need to wear one. I'm 66, do smoke. I follow her instructions. Happy birthday. Thank you. We need the situation to end as soon as possible. In order to do that, it's all we need to wear a mask in a short period. This is not that hard to do. You know what I should do? I'll just counter all of your stuff, okay? Nels, it might be hard for not be hard for you, but it might be hard for someone else. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the devil's advocate on all of you. She's been following everything Washington Caliber has done so far, so I'm not surprised. I wasn't surprised either. The other thing she was saying was that she was considering shutting down businesses again. My other question would be, could Oregon small business take that? Would that just kill everything? Do you think that's really going to happen? It is not my charge of duty to mitigate any problem with someone else's health. If you get sick, it's your fault, and it's not my responsibility. Wear a mask? Heck no. Okay, Miles. So Miles, I'm playing the devil's advocate, so it's okay to get other people sick. I don't find them annoying at all. I'm actually curious to hear why people don't want to wear them and the frustration behind it, other than fogging up your glasses. I don't have glasses. It doesn't work on your contacts. I think, Jesse, for some people, it's more of this is another government encroachment. That's what I'm seeing online. Now, this is the one that gets me. Wearing a mask at a gym, it's like wearing a mask when you run. I mean, unless you are like one of those people that goes to the gym and you work out like this, and you're just there for looks. I'm there sweating, and I couldn't breathe. So I don't know how that's going to work. But if I'm in a class like that, the teachers even take them off when they go into a class and teach like a spin class or an exercise class. They take them off. So maybe it's wearing it around in the weight room and not wearing one when you're somewhere else. I don't know. That's going to be, it would kill business. Now, Diane is talking about another shutdown, if there was another shutdown. If anybody wants to comment on that too, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. If the governor were to try to shut down, I think people would revolt. I'm just saying, that's my opinion. I think people would turn and say, fuck you, we're not doing it. Because I think it would kill the economy, kill everything. And that's just my opinion. A worldwide death rate of, it's not a pandemic, period. See, there's very different schools of thought. Scientific data shows wearing a mask helps to mitigate the spread. Yet, Nancy, I've heard epidemiologists saying the exact opposite, that it doesn't work. And and they're not political. There's not Republicans and Democrats. So that's the thing. Everybody pulls it. It's kind of like Bibles. Everybody can find a verse to say what they want it to say. And if it says what you want to hear, then you're okay with it. When it doesn't, then it's the other way around. Because there is, and I've had people go, then shite those. Show me that evidence. And it's like, I'm reading it. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not here to prove it one way or the other. It doesn't matter to me. I got to do what I got to do. What about schools? What's going to happen in the fall? I think a lot of parents are very concerned about that. I trust the opinions of those I personally know and trust the medical field, not the mainstream media. I choose not to wear one, right or wrong. So how do you think that it's going to be policed? I'm asking. You guys are so far ahead of me. Oh my God, you're just like crazy. I'm trying to get all your comments there. Closing it down again would drive the final nail in the coffin. Dan, I completely agree with you. I saw a gym that had provided face shields somewhere. Oh, that's an idea. Plus, it looks kind of tough. So what would happen? I'm just trying to be light about some of this. Okay, it's my birthday, so I don't want to get all overly thing. But you know what I think I want to do? You know those gaiters? I think that's what I usually wear, like a red, like gator thing. But I think I'm going to get one I can put all the way up here and cut little holes in the eyes. And I'm just going to walk in a store and no one would know who I was. And I could not be Rick Dancer. See, the mask could be the best thing that ever happened to me. Or if you really wanted to push it, you could get a Donald Trump mask and walk around Eugene. That's one way to get yourself killed. Go out and buy a Donald Trump mask and wear it around Eugene, Oregon, and see what happens to you. You know, because they have those ones. My barber has a really cool one that looks very evil. You pull it up and it's really evil. It's hot and uncomfortable when people touch their faces way too much. I see people, what I think is funny about masks myself is I see people wearing them, then they take them off and their hands are touching them. And so you're touching all your spit anyway. And then you're sitting down at a table and then you take it and you put it back on. And it's like, well, all the dirty stuff. Oh my God, I got to tell you a funny story. I mean, it was like this is not funny. It's actually kind of weird. So my wife and I were away and we were sitting outside in a restaurant. So they had you spaced out, and all that kind of stuff. But fortunately, okay, so our seat was here and then there was a seat here with this old man and woman. And the wind's blowing this way, fortunately. But there's all these tables here and they're, 6 feet apart. But this man, so we're here and he's over here. So we're like 12 feet away from him. But he sneezes and he doesn't even cover his mouth and the wind's blowing. So it's just flying on all these other people. And I'm sitting there to my wife and I'm going, if it was me, I would get up and walk away. And the people didn't even budge. And then the man kept sneezing and I was like this close. And I'm not an anal about this stuff at all. I mean, some of you think I'm not anal enough, but tough shit. I'm 61 years old. I can do what I want. But I was ready to go, hey, dumbass, cover your mouth when you sneeze. I mean, he's just sitting there sneezing. And it was like, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this. I see humans don't like babysitters. I understand the government side. So would people be more open to wearing them if businesses offer free masks at the door that are disposable, kind of like Planned Parenthood handing out free condoms? Personally, Jesse, I'd rather have a free condom. Yeah. I'm just saying, sex is way more fun than just going around like that, except I don't really wear condoms anymore. That's probably too much information, but I don't have to. I'm fixed. You wear a Wonder Woman gator? Oh, Davina, I bet you are one sexy thing. And I don't mean that in a sexist manner, so don't turn me in. Melinda, I wear a mask over my eyes. Yes, a Donald Trump mask. I think the Donald Trump, or you could also wear a Bernie Sanders mask. I'm not even a supporter, but the pure hate they hold for an idiot, okay, hold on. I think to me, it is kind of humorous and scary at the same time, how much it's been. I had people, I'm walking outside. It's good God, I don't need to wear a mask when I'm outside. And a lady walked by me with her mask on and she went like that. And I'm like, God, you're not the moral majority because you have a mask on outside. And that's the part that just, it's like, what, you're better than me because you have that on? And this is only inside. I don't think she would do this out. Well, who knows? But like when I run, I'm not wearing a mask when I run. How could you run and wear a mask? I wear my cousin's Make America Native Again sweatshirt, and people give me such looks before they read it. It's red too. Really? Make America Native Again? Well, I'm Cherokee, so I appreciate that. I want my land back. So if we wear the mask, everything should be open for business, right? I don't know. Yeah, they keep saying that. Thank you. I appreciate that, Case. I have coped. It's hard. I think it's, I lost my train of thought. I hope people will revolt. I am not seeing the death rate. Okay, thanks, Josh. That's what you bring up. That's good. What I don't understand, and no one's been able to explain this to me, is per capita, we don't have very many in Oregon. And here in Lane County, hardly any. And so every time I ask people, do you know anybody who's had it? Very few people have really, or maybe one or two. They know one or two people. But so it's not like, that's kind of what I don't understand. And then somebody else will throw numbers at me and it becomes scripture reading again, because, you're not looking at it the right way. But I just don't, I am not a scientist. I'm not the brightest crayon in the box, but I'm not the dumbest either. and that's not a no mask comment. I'm not saying yes, no, I'll do what I need to do. And I think you should too, but I don't wear a mask when I go walking. But you have your Wonder Woman mask. You could be really cool. You don't wear it when you're walking, but when you fly, do you wear it? And when you're saving people from death and destruction, you probably do wear it. Hi, Lindsay. I wear one outside if I'm going to be around groups of people. Oh, I would if I was in a group of people, but I'm not around. Well, unless I know them. You know what I mean? But like I went down to that protest the other night. There was a protest for police, and Black Lives was there too. So it was kind of combined protest. I mean, they were yelling at each other, but I was there to see what both of them were doing. But I wasn't near them. I was like a block away, because it's like the last place I want to be is in a group of people that I don't know when there's COVID out there, which I also do find funny, interesting, ironic, a little hypocritical. I agree with the protesters are doing that, not all of it, but I agree that Black Lives Matter and they need to be able to protest. But if they get to protest, why don't other people get to? Why is it okay? Why are they safe with masks on, but other groups of people aren't safe with masks on? And that doesn't make sense. And I think the problem the governor has with that is credibility. When you don't have a standard that stands for everyone, and you have a group of people doing this kind of disruption of life, which is what it's for, and that's what it is. They're trying to disrupt life, so we'll pay attention. But when you have that, then how do you tell other people's, like, you can't go to a wedding or a funeral when they can have 1,000-person, protest? That's, I'm sorry. It's like, I'm Cherokee and I want that T-shirt. I'm Cherokee. I got money. Hi, Anthony, you're Cherokee too? Well, I got money when they settled the Cherokee Nation when I was a kid. The numbers are all wrong because they're counting antibodies and current cases in the same category. Well, there's a lot of number issues going on. I'm wondering, I'm not the best at math, but I'm kind of wondering if there's a lot of math deficiency. Maybe math is something, it's always been something we need to work more on. I'm wondering about that too. I only have, two of my relatives in the healthcare field front lines have not got it. Daniel, at some point, I fear the government will authorize corona contact tracing folks to issue fines. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I'll call them back. I am laughing. Well, I think even worse than that is, and Lindsay's last back, I think worse than that is that people will turn each other in. Neighbors will turn each other neighbors in. It's like World War II. I guess you could stretch the condom out and put it over your head, cut a little breathing hole and call it good. I have, Jess, that might work. I don't know if you go by Jesse. You go by Jesse, probably. Jesse, that might work because I have been called a big dick before. I've been out of work for 3 months and we're about to reopen next week. So I don't know how it's going to reopen, only if to have it shut back down shortly. Yeah, very weird time. So I wish you luck. I hope that they don't shut you back down again. But thank you for that condom idea. Jesse, I got one other question for you. The good thing about me wearing a condom on my head would be that there's a reserve tip. As long as there's a reserve tip that my hair can fit in so that it doesn't get messed up. So when I pull the condom off, when I'm done, that my hair isn't messed up, and these are important issues. It is bullshit. 7 known strains of coronavirus. Okay, I gotcha. I want to see the data Brown is using to make her decisions. There's Nails. I have to go hike now, but I want to say happy birthday, Rick, and thanks for supporting with me and the IM people with disabilities. You are so welcome. I love that whole campaign and the people that were there. Natives sell them. It's about a way of life, not taking away anything back. You know what, Brett, if that's you or Denise, whichever one it is of the two of you, why don't you, if there's a website or something, just put it in the comment section, because then people can find it on here. That would be super helpful. Heard a commentator say protests are free speech. Having a business open. Us not saying I agree. I think, I don't know, if it's as dangerous as it's reported to be, and if it's this volatile and the numbers going up, I would think that the standard is a standard, or should be. And again, I'm not against their protest or what they're protesting, and I stand up for the rights of protesters. But if you're going to, if this is as serious as it is, and you want us to take it seriously, then you need to put some restrictions on everyone. Some people should wear masks regardless of the corona. Swanson, that's not even nice. And I'm laughing, guys, because it is my birthday, and I work with high risk population. I am high risk myself. I ask people to wear a cover when I'm around them to protect me. It's tough to get people to comply when they don't consider others. That's a good point. See, and today I went to a restaurant and walked in, and I always have a mask with me. And he said, "Rick, do you have a mask you can wear?" And I went, "You bet, Barry." And I popped it on, and away we went. So, but as a choice, if I have a choice, I would probably fall on the side of, I've read my own information, and I think it's a little, I have trust issues with authority and government agencies, and that goes for Democrats or Republican government agencies. I always go to documentaries and find out that 20 years ago, a lot of other shit was going on when this was. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'm a smart guy. And when things don't add up and it gets all wishy-washy, I have trouble buying into it. Doesn't mean I won't do it. I'm not going to go and put people, but I also, I like to understand what it is I'm doing. I'm not a sheep. And I need to understand what it is I'm doing. And there's things that don't make sense. And that's just how it is. Because they're using Common Core math. Oh, Matt. And that is why I love you. See, if I do this well enough, I don't have to do anything. You guys do all the work. You do all the heavy lifting. I just come in here. I've been to church since the end of February. We have to register for a seat, but I can freely go protest. It doesn't make sense. Melinda, I would 100% agree with you. That does not make sense. And now another idea, if you want to, I'm a stinker, but if you want to do it, why don't you all just take signs, wear your masks, take signs, sit 6 feet apart, go to church, and call it a protest. What the hell? What are they going to do? I mean, really, just call it a protest. It's the same thing they're doing. That's what I'd do. If I was going to have a wedding, I'd have the greatest wedding. And I'd have everybody come and like, no, don't marry Rick, and no, don't marry Kathy, and have all protest signs. And you have the coolest pictures from your wedding, and just say, hey, it's a protest. Make sure everybody is wearing their mask, and you just do it as a theme. Hello, 911. Yeah, there are 2 people walking together without a mask. Oh, good luck, Jesse. Yeah, good luck to Jesse. Jennifer. I think the mask, being as easy as it is to put on or remove, has become a symbol, more or less, of people to show frustration and contempt regarding our current situation with government officials and social health restrictions. It's the easiest thing for one to embrace or refuse, yet it has potentially huge implications regardless, unless you don't buy the current language. Knowledge, Jennifer. I mean, I'm going to keep showing people that it's really easy for us to go, well, anybody would know that, but there's people that have other information too. So it's not a I know it's right and you know it's wrong. This is how the Nazis did it. They knew they couldn't police all the people, so they got the people to police each other. Creepy. They come to me and I will drop my pants and say, trace this. Whoa. Well, Gary, there you go. Okay. It'll collect all the sweat. Yeah, that's true. Steve, I have been attending Pastor Sheets at Bed Springs Assembly. And numbers have not gone up by protests, but people Going to church, beaches, barbecues have made the numbers go up. Well, yeah, okay. All right, Jamie, I get your point. If I was going to be the devil's advocate, I'd so, but are people saying that they didn't go or did go? I don't know. How can you not have large groups of people like that and not going up in some groups of people? I don't know. I point out to someone once that they were actually inhaling small particles of feces and they were horrified by me. Shit. Really? Do that for your next anniversary. I am. I'm going to have a mask party and a protest at my anniversary. Wearing a mask isn't the issue. Removing one's freedom to choice is the problem. I think Gracie's got that. That's what, I don't think anti-mask people or people who don't, they're not anti. I think people that don't want a mask, it really is not about the mask and the inconvenience. They have done their research and they think it's unhealthy, and it's also about freedom of choice to choose. And the other side is making it you're not a kind person because you're not protecting other people, and yet the people on the other side would say, well, the research I've seen says it doesn't do any good, and then somebody else will throw the CDC's information. Yet I saw a CDC report a while back that said something about it was not transmittable through asymptomatic people. It was up for a couple of days, and all of a sudden all that information got pulled. So yeah, I started asking questions going, wait a minute, what's that all about? Pretty sure the mask requirement is only for indoors. No, am I wrong? No, it is for indoors. Right now it's for indoors only, and only public places. I'm sorry to hear exactly my point. Only indoors. If you smell it, you have consumed a little. Are we back on the poop again? When a contract tracer contacted me, I told them I had attended a gathering where the governor attended and got to shake her hand. Oh, that seriously happened? Not going to do it. It's my choice, not hers. Josh Stone says, wearing a face mask only puts your health in danger. It's proven. That's just as bad as think your underwear will protect others from smelling your fart. You know, if they could create underwear that would keep others from smelling my fart, I could eat all the beans I want and hummus. My whole life would change if somebody could just create fart filtering underwear. I meant have a protested wedding with signs. Yeah, no, I know what you meant. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I think somebody should. I would totally go. I feel that the only time your choice becomes less important is when it infringes on someone else's rights. And I think that safety is definitely within those rights. But see, then, Haley, someone would say, but is it really keeping people safe? And then people will say, well, the CDC says now it is, and other reports say that it isn't. And then you get right back to that same place. I'm just pointing that out. A lot of misinformation in these comments. There's a lot of misinformation out there everywhere. Party time, of course, Jason. Just go smoke some dope. Happy birthday, Rick Dancer. Ronnie Jones, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And Mr. McKee, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Man, I miss you. I see your posts once in a while, and I'll see what you're doing. I kind of follow you a little bit. I hope you're doing well. I hope your family's doing well. And I hope you're, I know you're involved with Black Lives Matters and stuff, and I'm glad. And I think that you have a really interesting point that you could make, Ben, as we always used to. Remember when we used to, people would call the newsroom. Ben is a friend of mine from the KEZI days. And Ben's mother is Black. And is that right? Yeah, it's your mother that's Black. So he's mixed race. But Ben is as white as me. And people used to call the newsroom, you don't have any African Americans working there. We used to go, yeah, Ben McKee. And he's also Irish. So he has kind of reddish colored hair when you had hair, and light skin. But we used to say, that's Ben. And say, oh, wait, because he doesn't look black, you can't make it black. We just fart around with it. But it was really fun. And Ben was a really good spirit about that and everything. So it was fun. I love you, Ben. You're a good man. It is our choice, but if we want to enter an establishment, they will not let us in without it. Some will, some probably won't. It's going to be what it is. Yeah. That would be awesome. Hiding the fart smell. See, I think, Kim, somebody's onto this. If you can make fart filtering underwear, this mask thing would be nothing. And actually, you could put them on your head And like, I know people that should have their underwear on their head because a lot of shit comes out of their mouth. She thought the jails were overloaded now, force people to wear masks, take away their choice of freedom. Cells will be filling up fast. Oh, here's Dan. You asked for the fart filters. Okay, you guys, we try to provide everything here at Get Real with Rick Dancer. So Dan Moyer, I don't know Dan, but fart filtering underwear. Oh my God. There's a website. What's on the birthday dinner menu tonight? You know what? My wife asked me she said I could have anything I wanted for dinner for my birthday. And then she kind of looked at me funny when I told her, my wife makes the best spaghetti and meatballs, like whole wheat noodles. And then she makes homemade meatballs that she fries in the oven. And then she always makes her own fresh sauce and stuff. And that just sounds good to me. I'm not a real fancy. I mean, she always makes really good meals and stuff, but I'm not like, I don't need steak and prawns for my birthday dinner. Birthdays are awesome. I mean, I'm glad I was born, but it's not like, I don't know. Maybe it's as you get older. I'm 61 years old. I'd like to have a few less, but I don't want to die. The state has changed their own web data often. They are not consistent. I agree, Tom. They are not consistent. Miss you too, man. And yes, I remember. Ben and I have so many stories. Ben, I'll just leave it. I won't tell any more because I don't want to embarrass you, but I'm just going to say Tsunami Stout. I can never drink a Tsunami Stout and not think about you, Ben. Karen Smith, them I won't go. Hey, coronavirus is the water droplets in your exhaled breath. Farts are nothing but gas. Two different things. Okay, Robin. God, you have to get technical. We were having fun with the fart reducing smelling underwear, and now you have to bring that in. That's right. I'm a white passing mixed race black man. I know what you mean, Ben. Oh my God. I can't keep up. Here we go. Thank you, Amy, for the birthday wishes. If masks are so dangerous, you wouldn't have all the nurse staffs and doctors doing surgeries and hospital stays. That is what I've been saying all along. It's not a law. Great to hear from you, Rick. Love you back. All right. See you, Benny. By the way, happy birthday, Rick. Hey, thanks, Josh. Appreciate it. I take health advice from doctors and scientists. I read an article, 66% of new cases in New York are from people staying home. Patrick Mason, just wear the mask. Simple, he says. Won't let you in their store if they're not wearing a mask. Hey, guess what? Their store, their rules. True. And I love playing devil's advocate for people because I think it's fun. It's what my dad used to do. Also, there's going to be people who are going to go, you don't let people in your store without a mask, I'm not going to do business with you. So I would hate to have to be a business and have to decide that. But restaurants is going to be weird. Like, how do you do that? I mean, do you put on your mask and you lift up and, I'm just kidding. I'm still thinking seriously. I've got a gator and that I don't like that much. And I think I'm just going to take that sucker and cut out some eyes. And then I'm just going to walk around the store like that. I'm going to do it and see what people do. And I'll have my wife videotape it just to fuck with people a little. So if masks are so unsafe, why have they always been required to have? Somebody already brought that up. Good point. There you go. Good point. Happy to thank you, Tamara. I appreciate it. I remember. Oh yeah, we got that one. I think smelly farts aren't just gas. No, they're effort. Hey, steak is awesome. I like steak, but I like spaghetti better. My wife did think it was kind of odd. Happy birthday, Mr. Dancer. Fake news here in Texas is outrageous. All the national news networks are reporting outright lies and untruths. The local news and government officials have to counter those. Kathy appears to be a great cook. I'd love to test it sometime. I'll have to have you over, Tani. I would love that. Yeah, no, she's really good. And my boys were spoiled growing up. I feel sorry for their future girlfriends and wives. We got to go. Good discussion. You too, Dan. Keep those underwear handy. They have medicine that is working, checking on breaking news. It's expensive. Huh. Okay, no one is dying, and medicine takes 6 vials to work. Huh. Um, wear a mask, save a grandma. Shields are great. I think the shields are better because at least you can see people's mouth. But can we just be real? They look just fucking stupid. I mean, they really do. But I do like the fact that you can see people's faces. See, for me, the hard part with a mask, my hearing is going. I noticed that since this all happened, and I can't. I read people's lips. I mean, if we go to this forever, I would never be able to. I would never know what you're saying. I appreciate that you always point out the other side. I found what your degree is in, and am actually striving for the same. Thank you. You're welcome, Haley. Am I saying that right, Haley? Is that how you say it? I was a reporter for a long time, so it's easy for me. And I grew up in a house where my dad was very much, he would just pick an argument to argue, like to pick the other side. I love to point out in my own life, in my own self, and in other people, my own self. That's great English, by the way. The inconsistencies in people. And this thing is driving me crazy. My wife and I are both very much about looking at, when things stop making sense, or when information starts counteracting, then you start going, wait a second, something's just not right here. And excuse me, I think my allergies are giving me hell today. Kate Brown is basically threatening us by saying the governor said she understands that some people just don't want to wear masks, but it is literally up to you whether your local coffee shop stays open, whether your favorite boutique stays open. I have to agree with you, Ashley, in this way. I think the governor is using this a little bit as a threat. It bugs me because it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. But that's just me. Hello, Rick, your wonderful birthday. It seems I am doing great. Different masks, surgical masks aren't the same. Eric Johnson, you could use face shields to go to a restaurant. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. We can take these issues seriously, COVID, racism, but why is it so bad to bond over some humor on the lighthearted? It's not, Tony. And if anybody doesn't like this, go to hell somewhere else. I don't give a shit. This is my page. I can do what I want. It's my birthday. I can cry if I want to. Happy 61. Do you feel 61? No. Honestly, I don't. It's so weird, you guys, to get 61 because I still feel like I'm in my 40s. And I mean, my body, has more aches and pains and that kind of stuff. But, and I think people, as you get older, you notice people treat you differently, and it's not always a good thing. There's, you want to talk about isms. Ageism is a thing. And people discount you because of your age, and it is odd. Whereas other cultures revere the older folks. In our culture, we really kind of write you off at, 70 or something. I want to wear one when I go because I don't want and have a compromised immune system. Mask wearing isn't a political statement. It's taking a step towards preventing the spread of the virus. Okay, Sharon, for you though, but for some people, and it's not necessarily a political statement, but other people have different information and don't agree with your numbers. And we have to remember that in these conversations, you guys. It's like, what if, I think this is the question I always have to ask myself. What if I'm wrong? What if you're wrong? What if the mask is harmful? And what if the people that think the mask is harmful are wrong and they're infecting people? So you have to ask the other side of the question. You can't assume that your information is 100% correct, because I don't know about your life, but have you ever checked in my life what I thought, this is kind of what bothers me with the BLM movement right now too. There was things I thought when I was a kid, even about Black people, that are completely not even close to being true. But I grew up in a school district with 2 Black kids, and I didn't know. I wasn't around it. I wasn't educated. I wasn't informed. I hadn't grown. And I think sometimes we forget that information changes and grows. And we're not always being told the truth about things. And I think you have to You have to take that into consideration that you may not be as smart as you think you are. And what if your information is a bunch of shit? And it turns out that you're the one with egg on your face. So if we could all just assume that a little bit in all of this, God, take a breath. That's what I saw this black man on YouTube. And he said, the world just needs to take a big, giant fucking breath. Breathe. Because everything changed this, changed that. Did you see now they're changing? You can't, in Texas, you can't call it a master bedroom. I mean, it's on and on. It's like, take a breath and let's look at everything and then decide what we're going to do. I mean, good night. How's your birthday going? Hi, Dana. Well, I went to the gym this morning. I swam for the first time in 3 months and with my broken arm. And it was great because I went to the doctor and I know my arm's not going to fall off. So it was great. That all worked. And then I did spin class and she played Happy Birthday Princess for me. So Christy Kilcullen is my teacher. And she goes, oh, I didn't know it was your birthday. And she goes, so here's a song for you. And she plays Happy Birthday Princess, which my wife found absolutely funny. But I didn't get to do my 61 burpees, but I couldn't have anyway because my arm doesn't really support me that way. But I miss not having you there. Happy birthday, Rick. Where are we partying? We're partying at your place on Tuesday the 8th. No, Tuesday the 7th, when you put more of my tattoo on. Except you can't drink beer, but I should bring beer. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Oh God, here. It's hard. Sometimes it just moves. There's so many of you on here. Next, people will be policing each other at dog parks. Yeah, turning in dog for your poo-poo. Thanks, Rick. Guilt trip, Kate Brown. Agreed. I'm really failing to appreciate the humor you see in this. Go ahead and talk about farts. Let's just pray you and your family don't face this life or just struggle with COVID. Sharon, lighten up. I'm not making light of COVID and that. I'm making light of our attitude about all this. So if that's offensive to you, just leave the page. That's fine. If you can't laugh about life once in a while, good luck, because this stuff is so shitty and so hard, and everything that's going on right now with COVID and the control and the BLM and the riots and the city of Portland where I grew up looks like a shithole. And now you expect me not to sit and laugh and try to get some of my steam out of my body so that I can be healthy and have a sense of humor. Laughing is a way of getting rid of stuff. I'm not laughing at people dying, so don't even try to make that the thing. And if you take that seriously, you need to go find someplace else to play and get off my page. Because you know what? That's just horseshit. It's my birthday. You're not going to fuck it up. And you know what? And that is just the rudest thing you could even say. I mean, seriously, you don't find humor in this. I find humor in going to the bathroom in everything I do because I have to keep my head above from sinking and falling into the despair that the world wants me to have. I'm not going to stick my head between my legs and go cry about everything that's happening and get all serious with everyone, And sometimes you have to laugh and sometimes you have to lighten up. So lighten the fuck up. That kind of shit just irritates the hell out of me. Yeah, I think, Gracie, you have to go do your own research and figure out what you're doing. That's exactly what it is. Wait till they start calling you an old man. I went to a restaurant a year ago, maybe, Rod, and I walked in and I said, my wife and I are going to go downstairs to the bar. The kid's like 21 and he looks at me and goes, do you know where the bar is? I looked at my wife and I go, you just talked to me like I'm an old person. It was really offensive. Kat, is it okay? I mean, they're kind of funny looking, aren't they? But I do like it better than covering up your mouth because it's hard to understand people when they do that. Hi, Ashley from Roseburg. How are you? I don't think I can teach class with a mask. No, I'm not going to. When I'm at the gym, and I don't think they're going to, I think what they're going to have to do is allow people to come in the gym. If you're working in the weight room or something, you wear a mask. But once you're in a class, I think that they're going to have something else. We're allowed to change our minds. We sure as hell are allowed to change our minds. If you don't change your mind, that's like going to school and learning one thing and never doing anything more. What the hell? I'm thinking we're now into you guys are now at the comment section where the lady was, where I told her to leave my page. 2 billion Asian people wear masks. I trust their judgment. I don't trust anybody, Eric, but I understand your point. Great news. The pool looked absolutely delightful. It was great. Happy birthday. I'm sure you missed the pool. I'm so happy for you. I have. I've missed the pool a lot. The mask issue for me is all about the fact that the information is so contradictory. It doesn't make sense. Melinda, that is kind of where I'm at. That's where I'm not unwilling to do stuff, and I don't want to put people in harm's way. But I also, I'm so tired of conflicting information. And this is a CDC. Well, they've messed up a lot. So here's my thoughts on it. If people want to wear a mask, let them. But just remember, if they make you, you're giving up your rights. First the mask, and then your Second Amendment rights. I understand what you're saying, Josh. That's when people start. It's a slippery slope. Karen, now we're catching up. It's either laugh or cry. I prefer to laugh. I'm not going to be told what to do. None of it's experience at everything. So be smart and yes, vent. Just curious, if you sneeze into a tissue in your elbow, there's a reason for that. If you hold a piece of paper in front of your face when you cough or sneeze, do you think the paper prevents part of that spray or droplets? I would guess so. I don't sneeze in public. I haven't done that in a long time. That man yesterday scared me though. I wear a mask all day in the hot salon. I'm glad they do it to stay open. Yeah, that's my barber said. It's really uncomfortable. But he obviously wants to work. The older you get, got to learn to have that sense of humor, chuckle. I agree. Another dead body in the river today. We're sick of this COVID shit. Get real, people. What, in Roseburg, a dead body? Then wear a full face shield. Go, Rick. It's better. Everyone knows. Laughter is good medicine. You go, Rick. Tell them. Now we're catching up here. Sharon Knight, Rick has personally dealt with COVID death in his family. Yeah, Sharon, in case you wanted to ask more questions before you did that, my son's girlfriend's father died of a heart attack, but he also had COVID. So you know how that goes. But yeah, so he had to experience that, and we love his girlfriend. And so that's, I'm not immune to that, but it's just judgment. I am so sick of people judging my behavior or what I do or how I do things. I mean, honestly, if you don't like it, just leave. I don't get that. I don't understand why, people, yeah. I worked in an industry where I had to hide what I thought for too long. You find humor going to the bathroom? Really? No shit. I think poop is the funniest thing ever. Ever. I mean, I think that's why God made people fart and have to go poop, is to make you laugh. Try not to get triggered by trolls. Oh, I love that. Somebody wants to come into my living room and start spraying on me. I'll spray back. Dying is serious. Too bad you're such a jerk and foul mouth. See you never. Sharon, goodbye. I'm happy to have you gone. That's all we need. Rick, Sharon stepped over the line. She needs to call 911. Yeah, she's going to have to troll for a friend. I'll listen to this again just to hear you tell Debbie Downer off. Thank you. You only get older now. I'm 73 and had to show ID for cigarettes. Welcome to Club 61, you old fart. You have to look and learn both sides and decide yourself what's bad for you. Example. Yep, I agree. I agree. Squatters are out to control right now. COVID excuses to let them be. And today, another dead person floating face down, fully clothed on the river in our park, but cops say no foul play. Was it suicide? Meet Sharon, Karen. Oh. Willamette Lane misses you too. I miss Willamette Lane, but I'm not going back there till this gets straightened out because there's that system is just a pain in the ass. So I'm doing to my gym. I was 9 years old. That you today. Don't say that number. I'm not old at heart. Happy birthday. I agree with the mask. Protect others as well. You guys are except for Sharon, the rest of you are being very kind and very considerate. And I mean, even with each other, it's that typical. If you don't agree with me, you're wrong. It doesn't ruin my day. Sharon got butthurt. Yeah, whatever. Don't come on here and start twisting what I'm saying. I mean, that is not cool, and it can't happen. We don't know. And the fear the media is putting in some people's heads is crazy because the fear breaks down your immune system. Exactly. I think that I agree with you on that, Jeanette. I think that, well, and what I think kind of happened early on is this is my own opinion, and I have nothing, this isn't conspiracy. I have nothing to blame this on. I think what they did wrong is they came out and they scared people. And it was going to be 12 times worse than it ever was. And people freaked out. And now they can't get some people to stop freaking out. And so the hospitals are going broke because people aren't coming into the hospital to do anything because they're scared. So they over message the thing. And they try to, and I understand why they do that. They try to make it bigger. This is my opinion. And I was in the business. Try to make it bigger so that people will listen, because we have a tendency to be obnoxious and we don't listen. So they try to make it bigger. But I think on this, they oversold some stuff. And now it's coming back to haunt them. And so now they're putting on more restrictions. But what I think that they don't understand, this is just my opinion, is consistency matters. And so when you're allowing a group of people, large demonstrations to go on and then saying, okay, now you guys have to do this, but you guys can't do that. I mean, you have to be consistent with this. And again, I'm not saying that protests shouldn't be allowed, but I'm saying if you're going to allow one large gathering, you have to look at other ones too. And that's not fair. Bye to drama at our age. Yeah, I probably got a little harsh with that lady. I don't know. But you know what? Wear or don't, but do not expect service in my store if you're not, period. So wear it or don't, but do not expect, hey, Billy's gonna put the law down there, and that's everybody's right as a business owner too. Is getting on antidepressants to deal with freakouts and general anxiety. Yet alcohol consumption is way up. Exactly my opinion too. I hate scare tactics. I do too, man. I do too. It doesn't work because it comes back to bite you in the butt. I think people, I don't know, maybe I was a news guy too long. I think if you give people information, they'll do something. People are so judgmental, extremely. And to keep it simple, if masks don't help, why cover your cough? It's common sense. Okay, Bill, that's your opinion, and I totally respect that. Someone else said that up the top too. That's a good point to make. I don't mind individuals wearing their mask and also don't want to be forced to wear one. Oh, sorry, Eric, I missed you. Continued COVID issue mean a bad economy? How many people are going to be unable to pay their rent in 2 days? What is going to be done about this? Don't mean to be a downer, but this is something we need to discuss as a community. Oh, exactly. What happens when the unemployment, the $600 addition runs out on Wednesday and people are no longer getting that? And then what's going to happen? Not to mention all the people in Oregon who still don't have their unemployment because the government has the money to fix the computer system, but didn't do it for 10 years or something. And now they And so you're talking about people's lives, and that's the one thing that bugs me too. And I'm just going to say this is we've got our governor on there talking about how we need to protect each other's lives. Well, what did you do for the unemployed? You had that money sitting in a fund and you didn't. So here's all these people that were not taken care of and you're worried about masks. That shit bugs me so much. I've heard that scripts for these have gone up dramatically during this. Staying home is bad for mental health. I totally agree with you. There are double standards completely. I'm a medical professor, so I'm required to wear a mask. It's for your protection and mine against pollen. I agree the media is sensationalized. Do you know if the governor is calling mandatory masks? I heard that today. Yes, she is, Royal. And that's starting Wednesday in public places. And it's kind of unclear, but public places like shopping malls, businesses, and gyms. And why is that protesting aren't getting COVID, but churches, parties, weddings do? Good point, Tawny. Yeah, it just makes you wonder, doesn't it? How can that be? Fear is a lot worse on your immune system. Fear is deadly to your immune system. And also the other thing people don't think about fear, and I'm learning from an author that I read, is that when you think out of fear, you make terrible decisions. And so we have people making decisions about the world and everything we're doing out of fear. And you can't make a good decision when you're fearful. That's your choice, your store rules. Try bike rides, hikes, longer walk the dog. If you have to stay home, at least make it a little fun. That's a good thing. I go to the gym, but that's not really home. More testing will have more positives. I've heard that as well. Clean up the streets and get squatters off the riverbanks. I'm good, other people. Discounted cars and trucks, government mismanagement. Blocking the right of citizens to freely and safely travel every night is extortion. So many double standards. My daughter spent 8 hours on hold trying to get unemployment. That is wrong, Susie. I am so sorry. That story just makes me want to puke because it could have been solved. And they were warned. The government was warned that you need to do this. Here's the money. Do it, because if there's another recession like 2008, they got the money, I think, in 2009. This is going to happen. And they didn't do it. And look at all the people suffering. And nobody talks about it very much. Okay, good point. Sorry, Rick. I agree with Sharon and a few others. You try to belittle anyone who disagrees with you. You seem sad and unhappy and seem to enjoy this form only if they agree with you. You are definitely judgmental and are like the kid who takes their football to the end of the game when people disagree. This post should give you plenty of fodder for a good rant. Go for it. I don't care and won't return because you set yourself up for the final word. And that, Madison, that's your opinion, and that's fine. I listen to everybody's comments on here, and you can see it one way. Here I have is my right to breathe. So I am protesting in a crowd, and it's okay not to wear a mask. No, most of the protesters I see in crowds are wearing masks. I don't think that's really an issue. I have to take my kid out of summer camp because she won't wear a mask. She can't breathe and all her friends have to be pulled. Concerned firearms permits are at 500%. It's your page. Yeah, that's true. Well, everybody has their right to see it the way they want to see it. And, I've done this a long time, so I'm not, I will disagree with them. Overnight, we created a policy that requires people to mask up in public, yet we still allow folks. Rick even puts up with my comments. That says a lot. He is very fair. Well, but see, here's the thing. People perceive people the way they want to perceive it. And I got down on Sharon because she pissed me off. And, and that's okay. It's what it is. But when people go nitpicking people, I always let people have their say, and I try to bring up other points of view. I don't agree with all of this. I don't agree with some of it. Some of it I do. But when there's people that just are not going to like you, okay? Because if when you stand up for what you believe in, or you give people a voice, and who knows what it is, maybe I'm just an asshole to them, and some people don't like me because of my hair. They think I'm arrogant. It's whatever. But just like with Sharon, don't hang out here if you don't want to. But don't come on here and use my site to spread your message, or to sit and piss on me. And her point was so stupid because we were laughing about things that are going on and trying to make light of it because it's so heavy. And if that is offensive to someone, then this is really not the place for them to be, because sometimes you just have to do that and have fun with it. And that's how I live my life. And if they don't like it, then they obviously should not be on my page. They don't have to wear them everywhere else they go. My mom is a surgical nurse. And I think wearing a mask all the time for months could affect a personal. I agree with you, Stephanie. I think it can really be bad. I am making the choice to have positive thoughts. It helps my mental health. Yeah, me too. You've kind of paid your dues, I think. Yeah. Well, I wasn't born yesterday, and I know people don't like me. That's fine. Thank you. I love your forum. I appreciate that. Where I work, we state that masks are mandatory because Lincoln County set that in place. We offer masks if they don't have one. Oh, are you? Yeah, I heard that they did that. No, you're not an asshole. You are you, and I love you. Thank you. Wow, why are people so negative about others' opinions? I agree with you. We have a right to our own opinions and beliefs. Like it, yeah. And we were having some fun. I love how you make me laugh. Thank you. Some people just don't want to laugh. You always make me smile. Have a great birthday. I have to go teach. All right, have fun at your class. You guys, I'm gonna wrap this one up. And thank you so much for your birthday wishes. Thanks for hanging in there. Yeah, don't worry about the people that are angry. It's not gonna do anything. If it was said and I missed it, I'm sure not alone in wanting to see all the testing data. How many tested? Yeah, that's one of the things, John. Nobody said that. That's one of the things I really want to know is how many people are actually sick who are coming up positive. I guess information that needs to be there. Wow, Sharon must have really hit a nerve with you. Can't she express herself like you do, Madison? She can, and she did. But she was picking on me because I was talking about humor and thinking that I was wrong for that, and it pissed me off. And I'm a human being, and so yeah, that she has every right. And Madison, if you're not on here very much, you must not be paying much attention if you're not looking at. There's a bunch of people on here with varying degrees of opinions on all of this stuff. What she came down on me for was because she thought I was making fun of COVID and that this is a serious thing and people are dying and all that. Well, guess what? Some of us have to deal with things sometimes in a fun way. And we were talking about farts. I don't think farts have anything to do with making fun of people who are dying. I take this seriously. I've lost my son's girlfriend's dad to COVID. So I understand what this is all about. But in terms of some of this, it is crazy. And the best way for some of us to deal with that in a mental health way is to laugh a little. And if I'm going to laugh a little because I'm talking about making a mask and putting some eyes in it and going into a store, it's what it is. But, and that's what it is. But she hit a nerve because I dislike very much when people do that and come on and try to be grand whatever. And then, you need to check your comments and make sure maybe that's your opinion that I'm not allowing or making fun of people who disagree with me. But you're wrong, because I think you could ask anyone on this string, and I didn't make fun of anyone who disagrees with me. I'd let them have a voice. I will point out the inaccuracies in both sides of the argument and bring up the other ones. So you need to go back to the very beginning and you can watch through and see how we do that. That's how we play here. And everybody gets a voice because I believe everybody should have a voice. But when you use your voice to try to slap somebody, you better expect that some stuff is going to come back. because that's how it works. And I'm not going to sit around and be somebody's punching bag and have them put words in my mouth. I'm really bad. And a nerve for me to get hit is when somebody puts words in my mouth. And that you're right on that one. I got unemployment after 6 weeks, but it stopped after 3 weeks. I'm now into only 6 weeks without. I'm a substitute teacher, so my claim has to be reviewed by, oh my God. All public employees' claims must be reviewed. I was told it'll be 6 to 7 weeks. What do you do in the meantime? That's insane. Well, I'm sorry. But that is your government at work. All right, I'm going to go. And I see there's more of you popping on here. Yeah, Jason, I need 61 spankings. Yeah, never trust a fart. New birthday traditions. Enjoy your birthday dinner. Thank you for sharing your birthday with us. Yeah, good. Well, Madison, I appreciate your tone here better than it was up there. Yeah. So yeah, go for it. But if you don't want to be here, that's your problem. That's your business too. So, all right, guys, I gotta go. I'm just trying to read through anything else here. All right, good. We got it. Okay. Share this on your page if you want to. If you don't, you don't have to. It's just all of our stuff. And thanks for the birthday wishes and have a good evening. I'll see you. Bye.